11th, 2023 Board of Trustees for Victor Valley Union High School District. It appears that we have Kent, Barbara, Penny, Jose, and Rosie. We're all here. No one is absent. Do we have any community comments? Okay. I'll accept a motion to enter closed session.
Second.
Made by Rosie, second by Jose. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. We are now adjourned.
I changed my password again.
Yes, this time.
Yeah, so you wouldn't know it.
I know what the default is, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I changed it.
Ready? Ready? Okay. All right, thank you for attending the May 11th Board of Trustees meeting for the Victor Valley Union High School District. I'll call this meeting to order at 5:48. At this time, can I please have a motion to return to regular session?
So moved. Second.
I heard Kent, and second,
Rosie.
Rosie, thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, that passes unanimously. I have some things to report out. All right, agenda item 2.1, Government Code Section 54957.6, Conference with Labor Negotiators. In closed session, the Board of Education took action on a memorandum of understanding between VVTA and VVUHSD to establish guidelines for the dual enrollment program. This motion was made by Jose, seconded by Kent, and passed 5 unanimously. Item 2.1, Government Code Section 54957.6, Conference with Labor Negotiators. In closed session, the Board of Education took action on an MOU between CSEA and VVUHSD to create a new job description for Special Services Technician - Special Education to be included in the classified bargaining unit. This motion was made by Rosie, seconded by Barbara, and passed unanimously. Item 2.1, Government Code Section 54957.6, Conference with Labor Negotiators. In closed session, the Board of Education took action on an MOU between CSEA and VVUHSD to restructure the Special Education Department. Existing employees classified as Office Assistant 3s shall be reclassified to Special Services Technician, Special Education, retroactive to July 1st of 2022. That motion was made by Kent, seconded by Jose, and it passed unanimously. Item 2.2, Government Code Section 54957, Public Employee Appointment, Employment, Discipline, Dismissal, Release, Resignation, Transfer, and Grievance. In closed session, the Board of Education took action to approve Mr. Larry Brunson as the Director of Special Education. This motion was made by Rosie, seconded by Jose, and it passed unanimously. Will we have a chance to?
We do, yeah. So Mr. Brunson is here with us today, and we're really excited. We put him through quite the interview process, 3 rounds of interviews. He really came out and did a good job. Mr. Brunson, you start heading your way up here. We're really excited to have him. He comes to us with a wealth of knowledge, charter school, K-12 as a director, work that he's done at the colleges for seminary in the city, and really will be a great asset to the work that we're doing, especially getting our students ready for beyond high school. So, Mr. Brunson.
Yes. So thank you so much to our board members, to our superintendent, to executive cabinet. I am very excited about this opportunity, and to our community. My name is Larry Brunson. I'm very excited to be joining this team as the Director of Special Education. Next year, I'll be celebrating 25 years as an educator, and I'm very excited about that, and to be starting a new chapter with you all. And so I'm just really excited to come in. As our superintendent stated, I do have a career that spans from the preschool level all the way up through higher education. I am currently the Director of Student Accessibility Services with San Bernardino Valley College. And so I look forward to using my experience and my knowledge to be a valuable member of this team. I'm looking forward to working with our families, with our students, with our teachers, with our classified support professionals to improve the quality of education for our special education students here in this district. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Could I ask him one question?
Sure can.
Larry, come back up, Larry. Come back up.
This is a quick one.
Larry, the interview's not over.
We can call you Larry now, right, since, you're an employee. But do you happen to be related to
Billy.
to Colonel, or not Colonel, no, he was Major Bill Brunson?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, no, because he was one of our really good ROTC instructors down at Victor Valley, so.
No, not that I'm aware of.
We still like you, all right?
Welcome to our district. Welcome to our family. And one more item to report out. This would be 2.1 Government Code Section 54957.6, Conference with Labor Negotiators. In closed session, the Board of Education took action on an MOU between CSEA and VVUHSD to modify job descriptions to clarify education and experience requirements for the following classifications: Administrative Specialist and Administrative Assistants 1, 2, 3, and 4. This motion was made by Kent, seconded by Jose, and it passed unanimously. All right. This time, we will say the Pledge of Allegiance. And I'm just scanning. Wendy, you're a student in our district. Would you please lead us in the pledge?
All right, Wendy.
Begin.
I'm trying. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Made by Rosie, seconded by Jose. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We have recognition 4.1 for Hook, Avid, and Rims, the write-off winner. Mr. Coles, would you like to introduce us? Oh, okay.
This evening, we would like to recognize 7th grade avid student Lillian Kim, who has been selected as the 2023 regional winner of this year's Avid Write-Off. The Avid Write-Off essay prompt was Overcoming Adversity, and Lillian's essay included in part how she overcame her own adversity and how her dad continues to inspire her. Her essay has been selected as the top winner for all 7th graders throughout the Avid RIMS program. And Avid RIMS has over 220 schools participating in this program. So what an honor it is that she has, we're very proud of her accomplishment. Her Avid teacher, Mr. Prado, describes her as a hardworking student who values her faith and who is kind and loving to all. Lillian's career goal is to become a lawyer. Please help me to congratulate Lillian for being the 2023 regional winner of the Avid Write-Off. I believe her principal is here as well. So, Mr. Cerna.
There you go.
Lillian, on behalf of the School Board of Trustees and Executive Cabinet, Mr. Coles, we'd like to present this award to you for being awarded the 2023 regional winner for the Avid Write-Off. Congratulations.
Yes, we will. He's going to go up.
Oh, sure.
Congratulations, Lily. I'm very proud of you.
We would like to actually ask her parents, you've been an inspiration to her, and we'd love for you to join her in the picture. And also, who are her teachers here that is here? Yay! Can you also come up as well, too? Thank you so much for the work that you're doing to support her. Miss Saad, don't hide behind all the other people.
It's okay. You're fine.
Hey, come on over.
I'm so shy.
Find a spot to poke through.
All right. Okay, look at me and smile.
There you go.
Back over this way. Okay. All right, thank you.
Hey, good job, guys.
And Dr. Yu, would you like to announce the Skills USA National Competition?
Yes, absolutely. Skills USA is a career and technical student organization that offers leadership training and competitions to really empower our students to become world-class leaders and responsible citizens. Tonight, we would like to recognize 4 students who have won first place at the California State Skills USA conference that we had back in April 16th in Ontario. We not only want to congratulate these students for this accomplishment, but we also want to extend our appreciation and gratitude to their teachers that were able to help them get to where they are. And I would like to ask Dr. Collins, who is our Director of College and Career, to come forth and recognize these students.
Good evening, everyone. This is always an exciting time because this is a huge leadership piece of our programs. Tonight, I would like to recognize 4 of these students. Their teachers also, because they work very hard with taking these students and put a lot of personal time. They spent the weekend with these 14 students and do wonderful things with them. Daniela Couples with Lakeview Leadership Academy. Mr. Javier Ortega, I don't know if he's here tonight, and Heidi Shaw
See over here.
with Victor Valley High School. Tonight, the students that will be advancing to Atlanta, one young man with us last year. I was honored to be there. And this year we have middle school robotics, urban search and rescue. We have Alex Aguilar and Matthew Bucci. I know Alex from last year, so it's good to see him again. And then for the high school interactive application and video game development, we have Jose Rodriguez Bernal and Andre Gonzalez Fonseca. Please come up. Yes, I'm sorry. Miss Limbrick, these 4 young men are from Lakeview Leadership Academy again. Yes.
Wait.
Yeah, come over and check it in here with Ms. Lindbergh. Come on.
Big guys.
Uh-oh. You guys want to move over here?
This is great.
Oh, no, you guys are fine.
This is a software? Oh, my
Maybe a
goodness.
little bit to the right, and if someone can stand in the middle.
Yeah, put Miss Edmondson in the middle.
They're all peeked right here.
I don't know. This is it. Look at this guy. This is a sophomore. He should be on the end.
Oh.
Okay, all right, okay, everybody look at me, smile. Okay, thank you.
Congratulations to Lakeview once again.
Well, there's our next people that's going to put things on the moon.
Congratulations.
They'll be on the moon.
And Felicia, thank you for helping us to honor your students. At this time, we'll move to item 5.1 and 5.2. Mr. Carl Coles has some information about 2 resolutions.
Great, awesome. You know, today's a great day. This week, we're celebrating our Teacher Appreciation Week. You know, the teachers are really the guiding lights and the architects of our future. You know, they're dedicated, they're passionate, and they have an unwavering commitment in shaping the minds and the lives of our students. They possess a unique power, the power to ignite curiosity and unlock potential and to nurture dreams. But beyond academic lessons, they provide a safe haven for our children, a place where they're seen, they're heard, and that they're valued. They lend a listening ear, offer words of encouragement, provide a shoulder to lean on. Without a doubt, they go above and beyond as the educators that are shaping not just the minds, but also the hearts of our future generations. It's my honor to present the board to vote on a recognition that honors the work of our teachers during this very special week.
Thank you. At this time, do we need to, we're just recognizing that. Can we have our teachers stand up so we can give
Absolutely.
them a round of applause?
Absolutely. Please stand
Teachers
up.
in the
All of
audience,
our
would you
teachers.
please rise?
Come on, Taylor. Hey, don't be shy, don't be shy.
Thank you.
You want to vote on that one first?
Okay, I'll
So
accept a motion from Rosie,
Second?
a second from Jose. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passes unanimously.
You know, it's in 2 weeks we also get to celebrate Classified Week. You know, so today we celebrate a group of extraordinary individuals who have dedicated their lives to a cause that is greater than themselves. In 2 weeks we get to observe the Classified Appreciation Week. It's a time to honor those unsung heroes who work tirelessly serving our students food, transporting them to and from school, cleaning up our facilities, paying our employees, and providing support to both our students and our staff. The list goes on and on. In a world that often thrives on recognition and visibility, these remarkable individuals have chosen a path that demands much work behind the scenes. They work steadfastly without expectation of acknowledgement and commitment. They're committed to the safeguarding the operations, the safety, and the processes of our district. They embody the unwavering dedication and devotion to their duty, and their commitment is crucial, and it cannot be understated. It is my honor to present the board with a recognition that honors the work of our classified during this very special week upcoming in 2 weeks. Would our classified please stand so we can recognize you?
At this time, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
I heard Barbara,
Second.
and second from Kent. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passes unanimously. And Mr. Coles, I would be remiss, I know it's not an appreciation week necessarily at this time for administrators, but could we please have our administrators also stand so we could recognize the hard work that they do at their sites? So district office administrators and site administrators, could you please stand as well? And confidential employees, that would be Heather, you as well? So this is our family at VVUHSD. You'll be meeting more of our students as well, but students and parents that are here and our employees, we honor and recognize all of you. Thank you for your hard work. We have 11,000 reasons to be grateful for all of our employees working hard for 11,000 students. Thank you. We are now going into public comments, and we have several students who are on the Student Advisory Committee with Mr. Coles, and I'd like to invite up the students from Sims to come up.
So, as you know, we started a superintendent advisory committee, just started it this year. I know that they have done other things, in the past, but this was a very special group of kids. And I know, in one way, all of you got to meet them and be a part of the opportunity. We had our last meeting, and I'm not sure who got more out of it in terms of my own soul and heart, and learning so much about kids and being able to relate to the struggles and the things that they have and the challenges at their schools. But then also being able to just learn from each other about what works and what doesn't work from the lens of the students, because nobody else has that. And it gave us an opportunity to get better as a school district through their lens. And we had our last meeting this week, kind of a bittersweet moment. You know, this was the first group that the superintendent here that I've been able to do, and they're just an awesome group of kids. So with that, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Davis Battle.
Hi, I'm Anjali Saini, and we are proud representatives of Cobalt Institute of Math and Science from the Student Advisory Committee.
What we discussed in the April 19th meeting were the issues regarding discrimination within our district. We had discussed many student experiences with discrimination unto them from the staff of their schools. This included, but were not limited to, racism, homophobia, and ableism.
Although we have dealt with this in the past, it doesn't mean there aren't solutions. We believe it is necessary to train teachers and educate them on awareness of minorities. For instance, they should know what is inappropriate to say to students in certain groups. They may not be aware that what they say can be harmful, but we can make them more informed.
Students have also, at times, been in the wrong, discriminating against other students. Because of this, the same solutions may be applicable to them as well. There are students, as well as staff, who may be conscious that what they are doing or saying isn't okay, and they need to understand the repercussions as they are pertaining to the students that they are affecting.
To wrap this up, this has been a wonderful experience. Thank you for this opportunity.
We hope to have this opportunity to participate in this again next year. Thank you and have a great summer.
I'd like to invite up the students from UP.
Hello, my name is Bindia Pangu,
And I'm Candace Eddington.
and we are the representatives from University Prep. What we discussed on the May 10th meeting was what we gained from the committee and what changes we want to see in the future. The Student Advisory Committee has helped us because it's allowed us to have a voice for students within the district and address issues which we thought were being ignored. By being a part of this committee, we have had the chance to reflect on our school year and bring to light the changes we want to see. These meetings have brought real changes within the schools and benefit all students. Being able to have an outlet and someone to talk to has allowed students within our schools to feel more comfortable and safe, and has improved the school environment. In general, the school environment has improved due to the help of Mr. Cole, Dr. Yee, and all the other students in the committee. The committee has allowed students to feel as if they actually have a say over their problems they see within the schools. It has also changed the way students feel about attending school, and the committee has improved schools and the way issues are being addressed.
The best advice we have for next year is to continue these meetings so we can give you guys the insights of what the issues are yearly. There are new issues that happen every year, so it's not always going to be the same. We believe that the student committee should also have a one-on-one meetings with representatives from each school that would be willing to speak out and tell you guys the problems that are going on within the school.
In general, this would allow more issues to be addressed and resolved and focused on unique issues within the school.
We thank you guys for this opportunity this year, and we hope you guys keep it going.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. And in addition to our student advisory, we also have a student from Options for Youth, Kyra, if you'd like to come and address the board.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Salute.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kyra Simplest. I am a student at Options for Youth, and I'm a member of ASB, Associated Student Body. Spring semester has been very busy for the O5 Mustangs, with volleyball and basketball off to a great start. Team spirit is at an all-time high with our Mustangs cheer team representing our region in our volleyball and basketball games on Fridays. Not only students, but staff has also been very supportive and very cheerful in our region, representing our school and our community with continued involvement in the Great High Desert Chamber, Victorville Rotary Club, Victorville Kiwanis Club, and several community events. Our Mustangs hosted a booth during Easter weekend at a local park and provided crafts for kids attending the event. They were able to help kids and provide more fun for them at the park and just bring everybody together in the community. Our Career Pathways Coordinator hosted our largest career fair event yet. We were able to have 36 vendors from our community. Local businesses provided insight to the local job market and career opportunities. This event allowed our students to see through the lens of the people doing the labor. For example, a plumbing company provided plumbers the opportunity to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly truth about their field. We also had our guest speaker, Chris Nunez from the Victor Valley College, who was able to speak out about the foundation of what they do at the college. We had a great student turnout and amazing feedback from students on what their interests are for the next career fair. In response, our Career Pathways coordinators are out the Great High Desert Chamber meetings and partnering with the Chamber to build internship opportunities for our students. We hope to inspire our students to start thinking and exploring goals for their future. To continue in inspiring and maintaining student involvement, we have also had several field trips and local activities for our students to stay engaged. We have had Mustangs attend experiential learning trips out of state to New Orleans, Washington, D.C., and Blackbird Farm in Northern California. Locally, we have had our Associated Student Body Group attend the Disneyland Leadership Course. This was available to students who have been consistent with activities throughout the whole school year. Our Engineer and Design Challenge was open to students in all our locations. They competed amongst themselves at each location and then competed regionally. Finally, our region has been working all semester in preparing our senior Mustangs for graduation, completing their senior activities and requirements, supporting each student on what their goals are before and after graduation. Graduation is scheduled May 30th, 2023 at High Desert Church in Victorville. We would love to have all the board members attend. Thank you.
It's over.
At this time, I think this was our last student presentation. Of course, if there's any students who'd like to stay, we would love to have you, but we also know this is a hectic time of the year for many of you, so we don't mind if you need to leave, we understand, but you are very welcome to stay if you'd like. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming to our meeting.
Thanks for winning.
We'll move to public comments, and Mr. Coles, if you could read the guidelines.
You mean they don't want to stay to talk about the commercial warrants?
Well, I want to know why they didn't comment on your dad jokes in the advisory group, because it seems like you were fine-tuning them there.
They didn't even laugh.
No, they did laugh.
Probably a
They
reason
did
for
laugh,
that.
but I would call it a pity laugh.
They laughed at me, that's the rule.
That's what a dad joke does.
If you wish to address the board on any topic, including any item on the agenda, please submit your comment to the board president by completing a request to address the board card prior to the meeting and submitting it to the assistant to the superintendent. The president will recognize those who desire to speak either during the public comment section of the agenda or before the particular agenda item. Each speaker should move quickly to the microphone and announce your name before beginning your presentation. Meetings are taped for later transcription. Each speaker is allocated a maximum of 3 minutes. The president may choose to limit each topic to 10, no more than 20 minutes if substantial numbers of people wish to address the board on one topic. Testimony should be brief and to the point. Speakers should not repeat testimony already presented. Board action may not legally be taken on any item not specifically listed on the agenda. The board may ask that such items be placed on the next agenda for consideration. Testimony is not protected from damage claims or for slander. Public charges or allegations may result in legal action being brought by those individuals. The board values constructive community comments and suggestions. It welcomes your participation in the democratic process.
All right. Stephanie Landez from Silverado.
Good evening. My name is Stephanie Landez, and I'm the Activities Director at Silverado. And with me, I have brought what we are going to call our Wendy's support team. We have Assistant Principal Erica Rohrbaugh present, Senior ASB Member Elizabeth Cabrera, Senior Class President Carlos Martinez, Senior Class Secretary Kendall Hillquist, and Executive Board Secretary Ariana Solis. It's been a long year. We all wanted to come out together to express our support and gratitude for Wendy. So now I'll actually read from my prompt. Good evening, families, teachers, students, and board members. My name is Stephanie Landez, and I am the Activities Director at Silverado High School. I am here to recognize and thank Wendy Contreras, who has been serving as your student board member representative for this semester. Many of you have gotten to know her over the course of the last 5 months as a very well-spoken, sound of mind, and mature individual. One of my earliest and most vivid memories of Wendy is the week of homecoming 2021. As a brand new ASB director, I went overboard, worked myself into the ground, and found myself teetering on the floor and basically suffering from heat stroke. She immediately told me to sit down, she's got this, continued to run the show, and made sure I had water and Gatorade in hand. I don't think there's been a single day since then that she hasn't asked me, where is your water and what have you eaten? That's who she is. She thinks about everybody before herself, and she goes out of her way to make sure that we are all taken care of. Wendy is also the leader of leaders, a voice of reason, and the calm in our chaos that is ASB. When I am absent or running in 10 different directions at once, I never have to worry about our class or the remainder of our leaders because she always steps up and does what needs to be done without being asked. Essentially, my substitute is just the adult in the room. Wendy becomes the teacher. She watches and observes and then immediately understands the task at hand and takes over. She is mature beyond her years, and it has been nothing but my privilege to watch her grow into the amazing young woman she is. This year, she has managed not only being a Silverado student graduating toward the top of her class, but being one of 2 Silverado members for the Superintendent's Student Advisory Committee, the student board member for this board, and the executive board president for the Silverado Leadership Program. She exemplifies service to others over self, and I have no doubt that wherever she lands in life will be a better place because she is there. Wendy, thank you for your service. We love you, we are proud of you, and always remember, you are more than enough.
We're very proud of you.
Wendy, in addition, on behalf of the Board of Education, I'd like to present you with a certificate of appreciation for all of your work. She was on our Student Advisory Committee, and I'd like to present this to her because you were the only one who laughed at my jokes and was not laughing at me. I noticed that. So all of these things are true. Thank you for all of your insight in making us a better district. It's invaluable, and absolutely, you are well more than enough. Wendy, congratulations. Come up here and join us.
I see, she was actually crying because of the jokes.
She was going to be at the banquet tomorrow night, so I got her first.
Oh, you got her first. Ah, that's what it is.
Can I tell you about the joke about It's too cheesy.
How you gonna do this? All right. Got a lopsided picture. All right, there you go. Get Miss Cole.
You're good. You don't have to.
There we go. Yeah, right there. Okay, everybody, smile. This one, smile. Thank you. All right, so.
So for all the people here to honor Wendy, I have to interject that she was a leader even in 4th grade at Discovery School of the Arts in my class. Okay, can we have Carlos Martinez, please?
Okay, my name is Carlos Martinez. I really didn't have anything planned, but I did want to come here to recognize one of my longtime bestest friends, Wendy. I met Wendy in kindergarten, and I am truly honored to say that I am beyond proud of you. You know, you have grown so much from the first time I ever met you, and it's just, I'm so happy that I can be your friend and I can learn from you. I've learned so much these past few years with you, and it's honestly been the best years of my life knowing you, and I'm incredibly proud of you, Wendy. And I know life will take you places, and I'm just excited to see what's in store for you next. Thank you, Wendy.
Jacqueline Klein.
Good evening. I have to apologize in advance. I don't have anything written out. I was kind of just here to celebrate my daughter for her accomplishment. But on the drive over here, I felt like there was something I wanted to discuss with you guys, and since I happen to be here, might as well do it. Obviously, my words are not going to be as eloquent as my daughter's because I've done no preparing for them, but I just wanted to approach you guys with the idea of preventative measures for school safety. This week, seeing what Michigan did of making clear backpacks mandatory in their district, of one of their districts, I think is something that maybe you as a board can consider doing. I know that we've spent a lot of time doing drills, and I know that after talking to all my kids' friends, they have anxiety from it. They've had it since they were little. Those drills are brutal for little minds. They're crucial and important, and they help. And we've had a lot of hours of thoughts and prayers and hope for the best. And maybe we, as a country, we can work on mental health. But as a district, I feel that action is what we really should be doing. When there was a shooter scare at my son's school in Sims, I had spoken with Mr. Williford outside and asked him, what do we do now? When are we going to do something? And I was told that you guys would discuss it and you would get back to parents. And that was in like October?
October.
And here we are. And I still heard nothing. And I don't fault you guys on it. I know you're busy and you got lives and you've got jobs and you've got things. But as a parent, every day, every morning, I pray for all of you and all of the teachers and all of the students that nothing like this happens in our district. But also as a parent, I now live under the blanket of it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And so I'd really love for you guys to consider taking some actual action. I know metal detectors are incredibly expensive, upwards of $5,000 to $10,000. I get that then if you even use the hand ones, you need to staff an employee to have that. This is a cost-effective thing that you can do, just with your words of agreeing to make some kind of a change, whether it's inconvenient. I do understand that ladies like to keep certain products covered. They can carry a little pouch. You can't fit a gun in a tiny little pouch unless it's a tiny little gun, and then we can approach that later. But I do know that I'm waiting for that action still. I'm waiting to hear what the action is going to be. And I don't want to wait until something has already happened to live in regret that I didn't ask you to do something. And I ask you guys to do the same too. Don't wait for something to happen to live in regret and think, man, we should have done something. I just want to say, if Disneyland and Magic Mountain can do it, if Michigan can do it, so can Victor Valley High School District. I appreciate you guys taking the time to hear me, and have a good night.
Thank you. I know you have some ideas that you shared with us, and maybe Mr. Williford, as we go forth towards the next year, you could contact this parent to share with her some of the ideas that we will be implementing. James Campbell.
Good evening. Pick this up a little bit. All right. Okay. Good evening, board members. Good evening, community members. I stand before you here tonight as president of the NAACP Victor Valley Branch 1082 to address some of the issues related to African American students in our schools. The findings of the Office of Civil Rights have identified some areas of concern, but I'm pleased to see that the district has taken strides in addressing these issues. However, I understand that there are still many members in the community that may have concerns because there's still much work to do. But I assure you that the NAACP will still continue to monitor the progress of the district. And as the president of the NAACP, I can assure you that I have seen the corrections being made by this district. I have reviewed the data that was shared at the State of the District address, and as the data was actually shared by the principals last board meeting last month. It is important for us to give the district a chance to continue to make the necessary corrections. And with that being said, regardless of race and ethnicity, all students should have equal access to a quality education. In conclusion, I want to thank the board for the efforts of addressing the issues that are related to African American students. And I urge you to continue to work towards creating a more equitable and inclusive school district. I thank you much for your time. I thank you for the NAACP members that are here tonight and the community members tonight. Again, thank you. I appreciate it.
Mr. Campbell, I want to thank you. You made a commitment to come to our meetings and to be here, and you said you'd be sitting right there, and you have been. Thank you. I appreciate all of your help. Thank you. Laverne Servin? Can you help me with that last name?
Okay, you would be the first one. Okay. Everybody pronounces it wrong. It's Scriven.
Swervin?
Yeah, even I do it sometimes. Okay.
Thank you. I want to
Even
learn.
though it's been my name for almost, May 1st, 41 years. Okay. Good evening, board and Mr. Coles. Happy to see you again. My name is Laverne Scriven. I'm here today representing my two grandchildren who are enrolled in this district. I have worked with youth at risk, juvenile delinquents, and some of the most notorious gang members in South Central Los Angeles. I have seen the devastating effects of the children and families when they don't get a quality education. On their behalf, I would like to know the status of the implementation of the OCR report. This report is a valuable tool to ensure your continued commitment to make all the necessary corrections and hold yourselves and all of those involved accountable as we move forward in our endeavors to ensure that all our children are afforded every opportunity to obtain an education in a consistent, healthy, inspiring, motivated environment. In addition, can you please look at options you may have under Title V or other resources to see if the district can absorb the $80 fee for background checks required for volunteers, which I totally agree, we need the background checks because we want to know who's on our campuses. The welfare and safety of our children as one way to get more parent involvement. That fee can be detrimental to some families. $80 can feed kids, okay? As you all know, in closing, the adage, it takes a village to raise a child, is still absolutely true. And to that, I want to say to all the mothers, the grandmothers, the foster mothers, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Tyler Kim?
Good evening. My name is Tyler Kim. I attend Cobalt Institute of Math and Science. About 2 months ago, on March 17th, I was playing lacrosse and I experienced a head injury which led to a concussion. A week before, I had experienced another head injury which probably led to my concussion. When I experienced the concussion, I blacked out for a matter of time, and I was picked up by my fellow classmates and my teacher. and I was walked up the little hill that's in our soccer field where we play the lacrosse. And when I got there, they had called security to bring a golf cart, and I had to walk up there, and I had to walk into the golf cart, and I was sat down and brought to the nurse's office. At the nurse's office, I had to walk into the nurse's office, and I had laid down where the nurse had gave me a hot and a cold pack, which didn't really make any sense to me, and put it under my neck. My mom, who was an LVN for the state of California, who rushed to the school after she heard about my concussion, said that tried to make a point that they should call an ambulance so I could be let out with a gurney and brought to the hospital. However, that didn't really work out, and I was carried out on a wheelchair by the nurse because as I tried walking, I almost fell multiple times. And when I had got to the hospital, the nurses had to pick me up out of my car and put me on a wheelchair. And so I was just sitting there out in the cold for a little while because I had to wait for my mom to find a parking spot. All the nurses that I had spoke to, including the physician that treated me and the people that did the x-rays and the CT head scans, had told me and my mother that I should have been carried out by a gurney and an ambulance should have been called and I should have stayed put. I understand ambulances may be expensive, but there's no cost to the safety of our students. Furthermore, I think that all staff, including educators, coaches, anybody that is part of our staff at our schools in the district should be educated on how head injuries work and what the precaution is for like head injuries. They should stay on the ground and whatnot. So my point is that we should have better protocol for our students and for their safety when they experience a head injury. So thank you and have a good day, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. R.J. Thomas?
Good afternoon, staff and community. I'm here just to represent the voter registration. That's my real thing. I work hard in that area. I've been in the Victor Valley area for a long time, and I've done this for a while. And what I'm asking for now, through my experience, has taught me that we seem to have a lack of registered voters. So what I'm trying to do is get a plan, a program together to make it possible to deliver voter registration forms to the school and turn them over to whomever I need to as administrator, and they would be responsible for distributing them to the students that are 16, 17, 18 years old. I know at 16, you can register at 16, you can vote at 18. So we'd like to have as many students as possible registered to vote by the time they are graduating from high school. I would have loved to have got it going this year, but it seemed that we're a little late because I know graduation is approaching real fast. And I feel that this is one of the places that we can catch more 16, 17, and 18-year-olds than anywhere else at any one time. So if you can make it possible, I will get the forms from the county of San Bernardino, which I do all the time, and I will deliver them to the school and turn them over to whomever is going to be responsible for getting them out to the students. And I'll pick them up whenever they're ready. And that's my real plan and my real project. As they say, I try to do something, and the saying is that everybody can do something. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get into it, get people registered to vote. I don't know how many people here this evening that are already previously registered to vote. Is everyone here that are eligible? Okay, I see a few hands. So that tells me that there needs to be some more work done in that area. So I'd appreciate your help if I could. Thank you.
Mr. Thomas, you might not know, but many of our government teachers do this as part of their class protocol, and they work with the students not only to register voters, but also to work the polls when it's time to vote. So I'm sure we can help you with that. If you bring them to the district office, perhaps Mr. Coles can get them to the principals, and then they can get in the hands of the teachers who teach government or history of that sort. Thank you.
Let me just ask one question since you brought that up. Would it be feasible, or would it be worthwhile to bring it this year, or shall we start the next school season?
Both.
Soon?
Both times. Because are there any elections between now and the November of '24?
I don't think so.
No, but we'll get them. We can start distributing for the kids.
Probably some local. Yeah,
they got a lot of
They can
teachers like
register
that.
at 16, we can get some registered now, so I think now.
All right, that's a great idea. Thank you. All right, at this time, we'll hear information from our two bargaining units. Mike for VVTA.
Thanks for the applause. It's not really necessary. I'm just human like you guys. Okay. All right. Hello, board. My name is Mike Mayo. I'm Victor Valley Teachers Association president. This actually will kind of round out my first year as VVTA president. I want to say Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. We have a quote from Henry Brooks Adams. A teacher affects eternity. They can never tell where their influence stops. And I liked some of the stuff that I had some other things I was going to say, but I liked some of the ideas that others had too about the idea of how it takes a village to educate a child. Teachers definitely have a very big place in that. And so recognizing where that place is and making sure you have those close connections with students is very important. And I want to thank Superintendent Coles for the kind words he said for Teacher Appreciation Week. Now, I know that we will not have another board meeting until then, and I was remiss last time I was up here. If you remember a year ago, some of you do, some of the stuff I said was kind of loud. And so it was, yeah, about a year ago, almost exactly. And so I was remiss in saying also to the classified staff for Happy Classified Appreciation Week when that does come up. Okay, the year is winding down. I also want to say Happy Mother's Day. It actually is my mother's birthday today. She turned 65, the old lady. Just kidding.
Hey, watch it.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I know.
I didn't hear you. Did
I want to edit that part.
Thank you. Just bleep that out when you.
Good me.
Okay, so I appreciate that you do have a partnership with VVC, and it's nice that the board. So thank you, board, for I was about to say unanimously voting forward for the MOU between VVTA and the district. It's going to be nice that we can actually get some dual enrollment classes going, and we have an agreement, and that happened pretty fast. Another reason why everybody's so tired. Looking forward to the district retreat. We have we actually have some nice stuff that happened throughout the year. We have our equity task force. I made almost all of those meetings. But at the same time, it's scary because as we're productively trying to move things forward and we try to calendar things, we start to recognize as we're calendaring, it's like, oh my gosh, we have to plan all of this then. So a lot of it was the conversations that we had, and then it's a matter of trying to plan forward for what we're going to do on the equity task force, because now it gets real. And with how many things that have to get real, it's going to be even more work. And so just having to be prepared for that is a little scary, but at the same time, it's important work. We recognize that. All right, so teachers and counselors, I should have brought my glasses, I'm sorry. I'm getting old too.
Here you go, Mike.
No, I'm okay. I'm not that old. I just kidding, Jose. I'm joking.
Oh,
okay.
now you got Bojo.
Oh, yeah.
You're really dead.
So,
getting hot.
Oh yeah, we are trying. So we're definitely trying to prepare for the end of the year. End of the year gets crazy, as everybody seems to know, and so we're just we're just the group that keeps having to keep trudging along, and so that's what we're doing. We have let's see, compliments to Larry Brunson, and good luck to you in your position as Director of Special Education. I hope that you do really well, and you dress much nicer than I do. Not very nice. Yeah, I know. That's enough. Okay, and I'm going to keep it nice and short and sweet. I really appreciate all the work that we were able to get done this year. And hopefully we continue to build on our relationships that we started. It wasn't, the year started off kind of rough. We were able to work through a lot of issues, and I'm glad that we are where we are. And it's not to say that we aren't still coming across issues, but the most effective thing I think happened this year was we had things trying to get them settled at the lowest possible point. And that means that we're dealing with site issues at sites for the most part. We don't normally have to reach out to anybody else. And I think that's also helping to clean up a lot of the stuff that was going on when, a year ago when I was speaking for Anita Tucker, because she couldn't make this particular meeting, things sounded really rough because at the time they had to be. And right now things don't have to be as rough, so I do appreciate how smooth this year has been. Everybody have an excellent summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Tanya for CSEA.
Good evening, Board of Trustees and Cabinet members. As we approach the end of the 2022-23 school year, I am pleased to report, despite the rocky start, we are finishing on a positive note. The collaboration between CSEA, the superintendent, the assistant superintendent of business, and the assistant superintendent of HR has helped us to resolve many longstanding issues, and we are actively working together to address the remaining concerns. As the president of CSEA, I confidently say that our union is in a better place than it has been in previous years. I would also like to take the opportunity to express the gratitude to the district for organizing the recent district picnic. It was a fun-filled event that brought employees together, and we appreciate the effort put into it. As we celebrate Teacher Appreciation Week, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to VBTA for the continued partnership and collaboration we have had this year. Together, we have accomplished a lot. Finally, I want to remind everyone that Classified Employee Week is approaching, and we would like to extend an invitation to board members and cabinet to come out and share a meal with the classified employees at the site of your choosing. We will be sending out an invite shortly for the week of the May 22nd through the 26th. In closing, I want to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day, and I want to reiterate our appreciation for the district's collaboration. I want to express our eagerness to continue to work together in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanya. At this time, Board, I'd like to receive a motion to accept the approval of consent agenda items. And I just want to clarify, hold on, guys. For the consent agenda items, we've organized our agenda a little bit differently. So we're going to approve them, but then I'll ask for each section if there's any polls or questions that you'd like to have. So I think I heard Rosie moved and Jose seconded. Is that correct? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Which includes the minutes from April 13th. And items 9.1 through 9.21. Did anyone have any comments or questions about those business services items? Okay, hearing none. Items.
No, but thank you, Prashanti, for answering my questions that I don't appreciate.
Then we have under Ed Services, item 10.1 through 10.11. Any questions or comments in that section?
Did we vote on?
I think the vote covered all the consent items. Okay. We did vote, so I should have waited until after. I apologize. Anything from in the 10 section, Jose?
Nope.
Okay. All right, at this time, I will take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously. We'll move to the action items. 11.1, the certificated personnel report. Mike, would you like to speak to that?
Yeah, on the personnel
I
reports.
apologize. I think I need to make the motion and a second and then have you speak. I apologize.
No problem.
Who would like to move that motion? Jose?
Second.
Jose and Kent? Okay, Mike, your turn to speak on the motion.
Yep. So on those personal reports, so you've already had them. There is no additions that have been made to them. So as is, moving forward on them.
Right.
I just had one question. On the bilingual interpreters, okay, we had a big list, but they were all Lakeview and Silverado. I didn't see any other sites represented. And then also, are these people gonna get the stipend even if they don't do interpret?
No, the way that my understanding is on that that item is once the PAR, because we do monthly. So like the prior agenda, it had Adelanto people on it. So once the PAR has been approved, then it moves forward. You don't have to do it every month for the $100 stipend. But so this is the new group of new people who've been added to those PARs for those school sites. And then the way it works in moving forward then is these are the people that the sites have identified by their administration that will do translations for either parents coming in, phone calls, things like that. So they have to be involved in the process somewhere. It's not just a bonus.
Well, plus their location at school helps, you know. 'Cause
Correct.
if you're at Lakeview and you're in that first wing, and they need you now.
Yes.
You know, but if you're out in PE and all of a sudden they need you in the office, well, by the time you get there, it's all over.
Correct.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yep. Nope. So yeah, but you'll probably be seeing honestly probably like every month, probably like a new kind of wave kind of coming through as sites identify other members who would be able to translate.
Cool.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion, or excuse me, I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes unanimously. Item 11.2, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
That was Rosie and Jose. Mike, would you like to speak to the classified personnel report?
Again, it's as is, and I
Oh,
think
the head,
I think
sorry, I
Jose
was
jumped the gun a little bit.
overachiever.
It's okay, but again, it's as is. It's what was given to you prior, so there's been no changes made to it. So that's kind of where we're on that one.
And just as an added thought, because there's so much for the campus security training, maybe when you contact the parent, or if you're able to contact the parent who had the safety concerns, that could be shared.
Yep, will do.
Any other questions or comments?
Just one last thing. Not only the parent, but the child with the head injury.
I think if they're
it's same family, I know.
Same
but,
family.
But talk to him too and do that. That
will do.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that passes unanimously. Item 11.3, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Jose and Barbara. Mike, would you like to speak
I'll speak to this one. So
Okay.
it's really pleased with the work that we did with CSEA and negotiations. This is kind of one that took a few months. As these become more complicated each and every year as they're updated, the law changes, and so we updated some language in there, added some leaves that were already on the law, within the law itself. That's kind of some of the easy work. But really, the big item in here is really pleased with the equity that's involved in how leaves are used for for extended illness leave. And so this brought greater parity between certificated and classified and how they can use it in the extended days. And so there was some other, major elements, with that and how people get paid and just some cleanup language. And so pleased with that process. That just brings greater equity to all of our classified employees should they need extended illness leave.
Any questions or concerns? Okay, call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes unanimously. Thank you. Moving on for the Business Services Department, item 12.1, purchase of side path. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Jose
Second.
and Barbara. And would you like to speak to this, Shanti?
Yeah, so we're very excited about this item. This is to purchase a prefab APC data center, a brand new data center for our networking and our servers. Our current data center was built in the early 1980s. It houses some of our IT staff and our mainframe technology. However, we're experiencing a lot of problems with that data center. We're experiencing problems with both humidity, and also not being able to keep it cool enough, causing our servers at times to overheat. Additionally, there's no fire suppression system in that data room. So if a fire were to happen while we're all off site, there would be no stopping that fire, and we would go down district-wide. Our network would go down district-wide. We do have security windows on our current data center, and there is an alarm. However, there is no internal or external, for that matter, security cameras in the data room. And so our Director of Technology, Dave Bertelson, he's done an awesome job. He's written to the California Department of Education, and he's gotten this purchase to be approved using our ESSER III dollars. And so if you guys approve tonight, we will move forward, and then it will be a whole year project. You'll see some other items coming down in the next couple months that go along with this. And so it'll be a whole year-long project, and we plan to go live with the new data center next June.
Okay, question, where is the new data center going to be placed?
It's actually going to be placed right next to the current data center.
Okay.
So there's going to be some concrete work, to kind of level out the area. It'll be dropped right next to the current data center.
So it'll be that dirt spot between
Right.
the data center and the old portables that are over there?
Right, actually, it's right next to it, right out here. If you think about the parking lot,
Right.
yeah, we're going to drop it right down next to it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I just walked through there. All right, that's what, I was just wondering, because it
Yeah.
says it's prefab.
Yeah.
So the infrastructure is the only thing that should take time, because the building should just be put it together like
Yep,
a puzzle.
yep, we have to do some concrete work and some electrical work.
Cool, all right, great.
Any other questions? Okay, I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes unanimously. Now we have 12.2. I'll entertain a motion for the transfer of federal and state-related mental health services. Kent? And did I hear Rosie with a second? Okay, Shantae, would you like to speak to this?
Yes, this is just a necessary approval that we need to make a transfer of mental health monies that we receive from the state. We're going to transfer these funds back to our JPA that we participate in. And so this is a requirement for our participation in the JPA.
This is about $2.5 million.
No, this transfer is about $775,000, give or take. This is just those particular mental health funds.
Okay.
Yeah, there's also within the contract that exists already, what you're referring to, the 2.5 is the fee for service.
Yeah.
And so this is in
But that's
addition
not
to-
for this.
Not for this particular vote, but it is a
Yeah.
bigger package of, $2.5 million that relates to the self, but that we'll continue to look at, and how we can explore using that money back here in this district.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that passes unanimously. Item 13.1, contract renewal with Renaissance Learning. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Barbara, can I consider you a second?
That's
Jose?
fine.
Thank you. Ramoni, would you like to speak to this?
Absolutely. Good evening again. We currently use Star Renaissance in reading and math as our universal screener. So our students do take that multiple times a year. We use it for placement purposes, especially in intervention programs. We also use it to reclassify our English learners as well. So our contract will be up June 30th of this year, and we'd like to renew that contract for another 3 years for a total cost of $369,000. And we are able to pay that out of ESSER III, so we're excited about that.
Okay, question. All right, since we started using this in 20, the COVID years, you can't really use that for anything. So if we continue to use it and we don't see results, for lack of a better word, do we have a cancellation clause in there, or are we locked into 3 years?
We are going to be locked into 3 years because the universal screener really supports how when we look at our students, and this is kind of where we also get our reading levels as well too, that we talk about to really inform our literacy plan. You're looking at students coming into the school and then being able to take this test, for lack of a better word, assessment, yes. And then what it does is that identifies which students should go where. So should they have an intervention class like a Read 180 or a language or an EDGE or things like that. So it currently is being used. And we are definitely using that to progress monitor our
Okay,
students.
so it's no high stakes
It's not.
testing or
No,
anything like
no,
that?
it's a
that
screener.
If it goes kaput, so does our record?
No.
All right, good, okay.
Is the data from Renaissance used as one of the multiple measures?
Yes,
that
it
we
is.
measure our students upon?
Yes, it's
I
a local
use
measure.
the star reading in my classroom
Yeah.
as well.
And that's the nice thing is the continuity between Victor L. and us, that the kids are already familiar with this format of assessment.
Wendy, do you remember taking star tests? Do you take them still?
Last year.
Last year. Any other questions? I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes unanimously. Item 14.1, a rejection for claim damages. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Jose
Second.
and Kent. Shanti, would you like to speak to this?
Yes, so as is standard practice, the district is rejecting a $10,000 claim for non-payment of services and defamation. This allows this claim to be then picked up by the JPA should it be necessary.
Any questions? Call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This passes unanimously. Item 14.2, rejection for damages.
So moved. Second.
Rosie and Barbara. Shanti, would you speak to this one?
Yes, so this is a claim of personal injury in the amount of $8,000. And again, the district is rejecting this claim, allowing it to be picked up by the JPA if necessary.
Okay, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes unanimously. In section 15, we have information and discussion items. It includes 15.1 through 15.4. Any comments or questions? Okay. Now we'll move to staff reports. 16.1, business services. Shanti?
Yes, thank you. So as we're winding down the year and in this very busy month of celebration, I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Additionally, I do want to salute both our teachers and our classified staff, and I hope you guys have a very enjoyable appreciation weeks these next couple weeks. I also want to honor our students. So congratulations to all our students who are graduating this year. I look forward to participating in many of those ceremonies. So congratulations. And that's all for me tonight.
Thank you. Ed Services, Ramoni?
Thank you. Good evening again. So happy to announce that both our Adelanto and our Lakeview Leadership Academy received their WAS accreditation. I know we sent that information to the board. Principals and their staff are very excited. They all received the 6-year with a 3-year mid-review. And usually that's really the best that, nowadays, that's really the best that you can do. So we're very proud of the efforts that they did to make the visits very successful. Also, too, if you noticed, Sims actually received their Project Lead the Way Distinguished School title.
Good.
I think it's actually multiple years of it. We know we have a fabulous STEM program over there, and we're very excited they were recognized as well, too. So congratulations to Sims and their staff and their students. Also, I'd like to share that as of Monday, we have 1,616 students who have currently been enrolled in summer school for this upcoming year. So that's a really good number. We're going to be able to recover lots of credits so our students can go ahead and graduate and be on track. Also, too, for our summer PD, we do have a lot of teachers right now that are signing up for it. I think it's about 160 or something like that right now. And again, we don't close that until the end of June, so we hope to get more teachers. And also classified. We actually added a strand of classified as well, too, for our support staff, our instructional aides, and so forth. So that's going to be really exciting.
Quick question about that.
Absolutely.
Our newest hired employees, since they're being hired, they'll be invited to attend?
Absolutely.
And are we still inviting options for youth?
We are.
Staff to attend?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And also, too, I wanted to personally just not only tell teachers just how wonderful it is to be working here and working alongside you, and congratulations. I mean, I think that it's not just a month or a week or something of teacher appreciation, but it should be all year. We appreciate everything that you do for our students. And also classified as well, too. You know, the work that you do has not gone unnoticed, and we appreciate all the support that you also have for our students as well, too. And to our students, our graduating students, Wendy is one of them. Just congratulations to the graduates. Wendy, good luck at UC San Diego. And are you going to law?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I thought. So congratulations to you. We wish you the best of luck. And lastly, I'm excited to celebrate Asian American Pacific Islander Month, which is this month of May. And I always do a little research. We currently have 328 students that fall under this category in our district, which makes up about 3% of our students. So I always want to recognize, because we want to celebrate everyone. So, and that is it for me.
Thank you. Our Human Resources Division, Mike?
Just want to take a moment and thank the HR team for a great job fair we had at the end of April. We had over 300 people attend. 55 of them were teachers, and we were actually looking to fill those positions quickly. So we're looking at hopefully being almost fully staffed with teachers by June 15th, which was one of our goals. So, anyways, that's that. Also, for the help of the district.
Mike, I'm going to clap for that.
Also, HR team for their work with the district picnic. I'd also thank Deshawn and Rachel Storch for manning the grill for 5 hours on that day and
Wow.
cooking probably like 500 pounds of meat. So thank you, Deshawn and Rachel Storch, for doing that. And then I would also like to thank all of our teachers. Hope they haven't been spoiled by your sites this week for teacher appreciation. Thank you guys so much for everything you do. Thank you to the classified staff as well. I know yours is coming up, but just looking forward to seeing all the great stuff that you're going to be appreciated within a few weeks. So thank you. And then I'd like to wish everybody, of course, a wonderful Mother's Day in the audience in our district. And lastly, just want to give a thank you to both VVTA and to CSCA just for their patience with me as I work in this department over here. So just thank you guys for your patience with me. Other than that, have a great rest of your week, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Barbara, would you like to share legislation reports?
One of the things, just talking yesterday with Sacramento, is that our budget is a little bit short right now, and they're waiting till October. Tomorrow, the governor is going to have a May revise come out, and it's going to be a little bit short in some of our money, but hopefully they hope in October they will make that up, because people are waiting till October to file their taxes. They mentioned that yesterday, so that was the big thing for yesterday.
Thank you. I know that CSBA has sent us things about attending virtually for learning about the May revise. I kind
Right.
of
It's gonna be on the
assumed you'd be there.
24th of May, I think. 24th of May, for the May revise.
All right. Wendy.
And the extension till October, which a lot of people are taking advantage of.
Oh, yeah.
Does throw.
Especially in our
a huge-
area.
It makes it a huge difference for
Right.
where's the money, how much money and stuff. So it's
Now we can
Right.
wait
gonna
till
be an
Sep-
interesting
wait till
year.
September to do our taxes.
Yeah.
Right, and many people are in the state of California
Yep.
because they've been exempt because of the weather.
Yep.
And the snow and
The
everything
fires.
else, and the fires, so
Flooding, yeah.
that's a problem.
Thank you, Barbara. Board member comments. We'll start with Wendy.
This is my last board meeting for this semester or month, and I just want to say thank you to all of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Yee, Mr. Coles, and Mrs. Pauline. It's honestly been a really great experience. I love learning a lot from you guys and seeing all of these things. You know, it makes me who I am in a way. But also some of the things that are always talked about in these meetings are things that are also addressed at the Student Advisory Committee. So for the parents that also have many concerns about what's happening in our schools and in correlation to our safety, these are things that are talked about in the Student Advisory Committee. And you know, it's tough knowing that like your kids are at school when anything can happen, but it's not something that's being ignored in my eyes. But I just think great things take time, and if we're gonna do this right, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but I think I trust everyone that, you know, these things will be talked about more and will be, and things will be done about them. But you know, it's just, I don't know, I'm a little bit overwhelmed right now, but I just want to say thank you, and it's always been an honor and privilege being here.
Thank you, Wendy. Jose?
Okay, well, first thing, thank you, Wendy. It's been fun hanging out with you, you know, a Thursday a month and that sort of thing. And I will say you're wise beyond your years, okay? You know, just listening to your teachers and friends and all that, and your fourth grade teacher who you have to thank for all this. You know, you're doing great, and we're gonna miss you. Next, okay, the LLA robotics and gaming. We didn't get to make it by the gaming class, but we went by the robotics class and saw them working. They had a deadline, and Mr. Ortega was right on top of them. You gotta get this done. You gotta get this done. It was really cool. It's like watching an old coach, you know, trying to get somebody to finish before the game, you know. And then Lillian, great job on the writing. You know, some people think that, well, you're just writing an essay. No, you're writing an essay, and so are 300 or 400 other people, and you got picked. So that's pretty darn good. All right, Teacher Appreciation Week. You know, it's always nice to see that. You know, when the teachers get whatever the district gives them, and then, just a good token of, hey, you know what, we like you, you're doing a good job, and thank you for being here. And, then the classified units, they get the same thing, and they should, because there's a lot of people that are kind of maybe underappreciated, undermentioned, okay, just like certain subjects, that teachers that teach certain subjects, they sometimes get forgotten, all right? So I think everybody deserves that. And Mr. Coles, you were great about the student advisory group. I know I went once, you went once, and I don't know if whoever else went, and Penny went once, okay?
I heard the dad jokes.
And it's yeah, no, you heard the jokes?
I heard them.
Oh, okay, they weren't that good. Okay, well,
I
I'll take it.
apologize because I didn't know they were jokes.
Well, no, but anyway, though you hit the nail on the head. Those students, as you can see, they're not shy. And that's the kind of students you want on that, because you want to find out what's really going on. You know, us old people, we can see. Here, I use that old word too, Mike. Thanks. All right, but we see things and we get statistics and run all this stuff through computers, but they're living it, so they know what's going on that we may overlook. And sometimes we can fix something real easy, like people not being able to go inside during the rainy lunch. Well, that was easy to fix, but we didn't know about it until the students told us. So that kind of thing is great, and I hope it continues to go on, because I thought it was great. They were making suggestions that, like, well, that's too simple. And they are. Sometimes we overlook the simple because we're trying to find all those complex solutions. All right, and Ms. Klein, I don't know if you're still here. Okay, I can verify when we start talking about the safety and preventative measures, Mr. Cole and his team were on it. The only fault we made was we didn't get back to you that it was happening, because they went to site visits to other schools and other districts where they do have detectors and the stuff that, like Disneyland, Magic Mountain, stuff like that use, and they went to some other things about programs that other school districts have. So they were doing something honest. They weren't just sitting on your hands, because worrying about your kids, I know I was a parent, teacher, and we worry about them as much as you worry about them, almost. Well, they're your kids, so that's even more, all right? So anyway, I just wanted to reassure you that it is happening, all right? And last week for seniors this week, next week, every day of the week, +2 the next Monday and Tuesday. If you need to find Mr. Coles or any board members or any cabinet, you need to find your local graduation. That's where we're going to be every day that week, okay? So if you ever wanted some cheap entertainment, go to the graduation, watch all the kids dress up and they're happy, because graduations are cool because everybody's happy. And lastly, have a nice summer. We won't see you probably unless you come to a board meeting in June, and if you do, bless you, all right? So that's it.
All right. Kent?
Yeah, first of all, this is for Mr. Cole. It's something I picked up. It's a thing for complaints. So it's a complaint form. When people complain all the time, they can write it down on that one. You can give them that one, and they can fill it out for you. Okay, so there you go.
That's one for you. That was for you. And I do have one request. Next year, can we please have the Teacher Appreciation Week resolution presented in the April school board meeting? Because it occurs so early in May that, like this week, it's what, 1 day left? You got 1 day left, and they need to be appreciated, told ahead of time. Okay, they need to be told that, hey, we have this appreciation for you. So if we could move that to April, we'd really appreciate that, since we missed most of this one. Head injury and stuff, we definitely need to work on our protocol with that as coaches. I know Jose and I coached for 36 years, and I know we went over that. All I can say is sorry that it wasn't followed. I know that there's times when things happen that sometimes coaches don't follow protocol, but we'll make sure that our coaches are instructed about that. I know I was way back in the 1970s, although we also, and Jose will verify this, we used to run kids in the summer and in the heat. And if you gave them water, it was showing that they weren't strong enough. And we've gone way past that. We're much more educated, but we do apologize, and hopefully we'll. But they all lived. No, they did. Fortunately, yes. We knew when to stop.
Right.
And Lillian, congratulations on your writing the thing as as an English teacher for many, many years. I'm so proud of you. That's a skill that will help you throughout life. Really proud of that and all that. To the students, we were able to go to Lakeview Leadership Academy, and we were able to see a lot of those students that got awards tonight. Congratulations to them, but particularly I also want to congratulate Mr. Ortega. Javier has done a great job in coaching these kids and stuff, and that's very, very important, and we want to congratulate him for that. To the SIM students at UP and the Option for You student who got up and spoke, thank you to all the student advisory committee, Wendy and her group. All I can say is what a well-spoken and just intelligent. They had a lot of concerns, and when you'd go there, if we could just get the Democrats and Republicans to come to this student advisory committee and see how intelligent people talk to each other, we could solve 99% of the problems of this country right now. These children were young adults, excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh my God. These young adults were much more intelligent than the leaders of our country in solving difficult things. So thank you. Thank you, Wendy, and all the children, all the students. Thank you. When you're in your 70s, you get to call them children. But anyhow, thank you for showing us what we need to do to resolve things. I was just so amazed, just absolutely amazed. I'm still amazed. So thank you for doing that. And it's been a privilege with working with you, Wendy, and with all the kids on that, but particularly with you since you sit here. So thank you so much. I want to thank VVTA for feeding me yesterday and my wife. That was a wonderful end of the year. I survived the year for the first year teachers. That was wonderful, and thanks for inviting us. I know Jose and I, we ate plenty, so thank you. Thank you for that. It was wonderful, and thanks for considering to invite us to that. We appreciate that. Thanks to the CSEA, Tanya, you've always taken care of me. Even when I was on dark side as an administrator, you took care of me. You took care of me, and you said, hey, you can come and you can have some food, and you can know that I will be there and I will be eating. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. And I do want to say about Article 9 on the leaves, it's about time. And I'm very grateful that you guys were able to get this worked out and stuff like that. So thank you for getting together, and Mr. Cole and Tanya and your union and everything. Thank you. It's a good thing. On the safety issue, the clear backpacks, that is a good idea, and we'll definitely look into it. We've got artificial intelligence stuff being planned to be put at the schools and all sorts of stuff to do the most that we can. We're in the process, and I agree with Jose. We should have been more forward perhaps in getting that out there so that you wouldn't be so. We are planning for that. Is something that is foremost. Okay, we want our kids to do well academically, but they've got to be safe. And so we are doing something on that. So thank you for bringing that up. And Michael will get back to you on that. Okay, so thank you for that. James,
thank you. I can't thank you enough. We have to go out to breakfast again sometime soon because I do everything over food. I love eating, so we'll have to go back out to breakfast. But thanks to you and the NAACP, I have seen and heard some wonderful things, particularly with your father and son program that you have. I've heard wonderful things, and thank you for that. And I want you to know that I agree that every child needs to be given every opportunity to succeed. And you're going to keep our feet to the fire and make sure we do it properly, and thank you for that. I do appreciate that. The $80 fee for the background check, I think that's something we need to look into. Not everybody can afford $80, and that may eliminate parent volunteers. And as I was in education for 43 years before I got an early retirement. But before I got my early retirement after 43 years, I had a lot of parents that used to come out. I mean, I had so many parents, it was pathetic. And then all of a sudden they had to do the background check and they had to pay for it. And it was difficult by the end to get parent volunteers. And so it's something we need to look into, and I hope that we do.
Is that the same as fingerprinting?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I was wondering, so
And
that's
trust me,
another.
right now, it's very difficult. As you know, I minister out at the prisons, and I did that before.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I did that before, and I'm trying to do it now. And I've been on the wait list for 6 months because the FBI is so far behind on the fingerprinting and stuff. So it is frustrating, just some of this you have to bear with, because everybody needs to be fingerprinted now for if they're working with kids and all. So anyhow, that's something there. But I would like to thank everybody for all that you've done. This is my first year on the board. I'd like to thank my board members for just, I'm not going to use the word okay, but for the expertise and the knowledge that you have and for helping me in my first year. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to work with each one of you, and I do appreciate that and getting to know you better. And Mr. Cole, thank you also for having a wonderful team and bringing us more into awareness where we need to go. Thank you so much. That's me.
Thank you, Kent. Barbara?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Heather for keeping us all together. Right, Heather?
Yep.
Including Cole. Yeah, that's a full-time job already. I mean, actually thank both of you guys for coming on board for this year, for your first year. You've done very well, considering, I mean, that both of you are coming on at the same time together and going forward with our district. And I also want to thank Wendy. Having students mean a great deal to me, because that way we get the feel for what is going on in the world. One of the things, Wendy, that was talked about, is being talked about and discussed completely in Washington, D.C. and Sacramento is artificial intelligence. That's a big deal. And cyber security. Cybersecurity. We really don't have, the United States don't have many places where people can pick up on security, whether it's cyber or whatever. So that's a real big, huge thing. I want to congratulate teachers for their appreciation, this Appreciation Week, and also the classified, which is coming up. And congratulate the advisory group, because that's very important that we understand where teachers, our kids are, and what's going on with them in their lives today. Also want to congratulate the skills winners, and we definitely have a group of people that are going to be probably taking us to far places, to Mars, the moon, wherever we're going, or wherever this group is going. They're definitely going to take us to another level. Safety is always the biggest thing in any school. All 33 districts within San Bernardino County worries about safety. There isn't one district in San Bernardino County that does not worry about what's happening to students, what's going to happen to us because of all the things that are going on. So that's completely being discussed everywhere. But we will look into, I think we mentioned that once before, the clear. Didn't we mention that once before?
The possible solution, yes.
Yeah, and so what we're gonna do is put out safety communication to our parents and our staff and our complete district so that we know where we are in safety and some of the measures that we're going to be taking even next year, so that everybody understands what's going on. I traveled to Sacramento and Washington. In both areas, everybody's talking about cybersecurity, guns, guns on campus, guns around campuses, things like that. So it isn't just us discussing this, it's the whole United States now. We talked to the congressman back there, the senators, about what can we do to help, what can we do about getting some kind of control with some of the items that we have out here that's harming many of our students today. We also talked about nutrition, making sure that our kids can eat, and we'd like to have it so it's completely, not just California, but it's the whole United States where kids can go to school and eat a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner if they're doing CIF or if they're doing some kind of sport. We also talked about special education, getting more things for it. Now they're talking about revitalizing it and rewriting how we deal with special education, because many people are suffering from having so much taken out of their general fund, even within San Bernardino County. You know, it's like we're $23 million upside down, I think. Isn't that right, Shante?
Yeah, about 21 million, yep.
21,
Upside
yeah.
down.
And I mean, San Bernardino is 53, 54 million dollars taken out of general fund. We also talked about the Social Security, HR, that everybody's trying to, particularly for educators, HR, to make sure that we don't just get half of our Social Security, but we get the whole thing if we worked before we were teachers, you know. Yeah, we can get it when we work, but we cannot get it after, so we talked about that work as well. I did see our Congressman Obernolte along with.
Yeah, we went to his place.
Went to his place. He invited us over to eat. I think he was trying to smooth us over, you know.
Were you there?
Yes.
No, I was asking.
No, I was.
no.
He said
Shoot,
food.
I'm disappointed.
No, it was him.
No, that was good.
Yeah.
We could
But-
talk as long as we want. Nobody told us we had to leave, so we
No,
talked all
yeah,
night
I
to
mean, it
talk.
was just really good, so we could really, he got an understanding as to what we need within our county, so we can work with that. But artificial intelligence, we've suspended about 300 bills in Sacramento. They're on suspension now. They're just sitting there waiting before some of them pass, because we're waiting to see how much money we get within the state of California. But AI is totally being discussed in Sacramento and Washington, artificial intelligence. So it's going to be a new world coming out very soon for a lot of people who might be behind the curve a little bit. So that's one of the biggest things. Today, I buried my brother. He passed away a couple of weeks ago on a Friday. And so my whole family was here. And if I seem a little bit disheveled, it's because I did bury him today. And we were very close. He was only 11 months apart from me. He wasn't even a year. And so for a month, from January to February, we were the same age. And that was one of the things that happened today for me. So if I seem a little disheveled, that's because his name was Winford James Jr. And when we came here from France, we could not live on this side of town. We lived on the base because all Afro-Americans lived across the track for Bellevue Heights and Bell Mountain. And that was our first experience coming to a place that was so segregated, just like it was in the South. If you lived in Louisiana or any other place. And that was in the 60s.
You're right there with you.
Yeah. How you doing, RJ?
Fine.
You're fine, huh?
I'm just listening to what you're saying, and I can relate to a lot of that.
Yeah, of course you can. And how are you doing? You're good too? And your wife? Yeah? Yeah. That's good. But anyway, it was one of those days for me, so losing my brother was not a good thing for me. So if I seem a little disheveled, that's what it is.
Thank you, Barbara. Rosie?
Thanks, Penny. First of all, I'd like to thank Superintendent Carl and my fellow board members. A couple of weeks ago, I was rushed off to the hospital. I was thinking I was having a heart attack, and fortunately, it was not that. But I really appreciate Carl and the board supporting my wife during that time, and texting with her and keeping abreast as to what was going on with me. I was, you know, if you want to get well, you don't want to go to the hospital. I mean, you can pick up so much stuff there. It's amazing. The neighbor I had, he hacked and coughed and all day and all night, and I was so glad to get out of there to get a clean bill of health. And I'm just so fortunate and blessed to be here. But I really appreciate the support from my fellow board members and Carl especially for what they did for my wife. So thank you very much. Wendy, you came on board when Ken and I both started our positions here. We both learned, and I want to thank you for your time. You know, I know sometimes the meetings go on and on and on, and you have your school and everything else to take care of the next day, but it's been a pleasure serving on the board here with you. Thank you for your insight and your knowledge, especially from the student aspect of it. So thanks, and good luck to you. Look forward to shaking your hand at graduation.
Thank you.
I want to thank Sims for my scarf. If I'm allowed to at graduation at Sims, I'll be happy to wear it with my smock. I guess you can do that. But thank you, I appreciate that. I visited Sims on April the 12th. I want to thank Principal McNally. She was outstanding. The school there is super. The teachers are just outstanding. I was really impressed because when I did some research on Sims, I discovered that they have, my gosh, their clubs and their activities, special activities. There's just a list that goes on, and it's amazing that all the students that they are involved in those activities and clubs, and especially the student or the teachers that take the time to work with those clubs and those students. It was really impressive. I was really impressed, especially with the fact that they have what they call a prayer warriors club, and it's students that get together and pray. And I thought, this day and age, you know, prayer in school, it's almost unheard of. And I was just, I mean, it just shocked me that this was going on. And she says, oh yeah, there's a lot of students, and they rally around the flagpole and say their prayers. They invite anybody else that wants to join them. Nobody makes fun of him. It's just, it was just very, very gratifying to hear that. But congratulations to Principal McNally on the great job that they're doing there at that school. I also attended the Student Advisory Committee meeting on April the 12th. And what a great meeting that was, to sit there and listen to our students and the way they interacted, and they were not afraid to speak and about what was bothering them and some of the problems that they incur at school, not only from their peers but from their teachers, and the relationship that they have with Superintendent Coles. I was just really admired that. I mean, and the students didn't hesitate. I did learn one thing. One of the students said that this advisory council really opened him up to better things in life. And so he said what he used to do, he'd be at the mall and he would mean mugging people. Mean mugging people.
Mean mugging.
And so next time we went to the mall, I looked around and to see if there was any young students mean mugging people. now I knew what it meant. Because we asked him, well, what do you mean? He said, well, you stand on the wall, put your foot up on the wall, and you just kind of give everybody the look. I said, wow. But it turned his life around. He felt better about himself, and he was enjoying what he was doing, and he was really doing something that he loved. But for him to open up like that, I mean, that's great, and I hope that we continue that next year with the students. I want to congratulate Lakeview Leadership Academy and Adelanto High School for meeting the ACS, WASC criteria for accreditation, and then being granted 6-year accreditation status through 2029. What a great job they both did in that at those schools. I want to congratulate Larry Brunson on his appointment as our new special education director. I look forward to meeting him personally and getting to know him on a personal basis. So congratulations to him. I want to congratulate all of our students on their accomplishments that were recognized tonight. And then also special thanks for our administrators who assisted all of the students achieve their individual accomplishments. There was one other than that, Teacher Appreciation Week and Classified School Employees Week. Congratulations, thank you all for what you do. We appreciate you. We know that you work tirelessly for our students, because bottom line, that's what we're all about, our students. And as far as safety is concerned, I know that that's my number one goal, is that we have a safe school for our students as well as our administrators and everybody concerned. It's not only in this school, but it happens all over the place. My daughter is a cybersecurity technician for Littleton Elementary School in Colorado, Denver. And she tells me about all the different things that go on and that they come up with. And because of the job that she does there, it helps prevent a lot of things that could happen. They stop it before it takes place. They monitor what the students put on the media, so they intercept it, and then they take care of it before anything becomes of it. So I'm hoping that we can. I know that down the road we will put our heads together, and we will make sure that our students, when they come to school, that they feel safe. And same thing with our administrators and everybody else concerned. So we will make that our priority. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Enjoy your weekend. If your mother is still with you, embrace her. Tell her how much you love her, because some of us, our mothers have passed a while back, and we miss them. And I hope that you all have a super Mother's Day, and just give her a hug and tell her how much you love her. I'm looking forward to our graduations. Guarantee you I'll be at every single one. That one day we have 3, 2 in the morning,
yeah.
one in the evening.
I think we have
But-
4. If you make all
We had
3 of them
more
in
than
one
that.
day,
They're all on
you're
here.
the man.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there. And thank you again for being here. Thank the students for sticking around the whole evening, and thanks for your presentations. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosie. I'd like to share that I had a delightful time at Mamma Mia's at Atlanto High School, and Ramoni and Rebecca, you happened to be there as well. It was just so much fun. That play not only was performed well, but it was fun. Not long after that, Atlanto High School also had a car show. That was neat to attend. I have a student in 4th grade who's now in 5th grade. He loves cars, so thank you for the flyer. I was able to give it to that family, and they attended also. It was wonderful to see the Heritage Senior presentation at Atlanto High School, and I thank Dr. Jackson for her hard work, making sure that our students are recognized for their achievement. And also Mauda for the bilingual reclassification ceremony that was held at UP. That was wonderful to attend and to see all of our students who've worked so hard to be reclassified from one language to English. Very proud of them. I'd like to tell Mike, if you could please relay to your teachers, I'm so proud to be your colleague. I'm so proud when I go to your classrooms and I see teachers wear a Black Lives Matter shirt, or I see a rainbow flag, or I see the 300 and some AAIP students who are recognized for their diversity, that our students are embraced if they have a Gay Straight Alliance club, that safety means safety for all. I appreciate all that you teachers do, and for Classified, all that you do to support them, because our students are precious. No matter if they're praying at the flagpole or not praying at the flagpole, these are our kids, and I appreciate the teachers and all that you do. Thank you for helping me to help our students, and Classified and administrators, thank you as well. Our students are worth it, so thank you. That's all I have to say. Carl?
Well, I won't repeat everybody's things, there's a lot that's going on, but I do want to just take a second and just, Wendy, I wish you the very best out in San Diego. It's been a delight to work with you, to learn from you, and, you know, I'm mid-career, and you're next, your generation's next to solve the complicated problems, and I'm really proud of, to be able to have learned so much from you. Mr. Campbell, thank you, you know, for your commitment to this district and representation with the NAACP, but more importantly than that, just the representation that you have to the whole community and what you do. To Mike and Tanya, you know, the same thing, extend, you know, working well together this first year, and welcoming me, and really being a part of the associations, you know, that we're all one team, and that we can get things done, you know, together. I'd like to extend the same to the board. None of this happens without the support from the 5 of you really coming together to be one team. This is unique. This doesn't happen everywhere, where a board is 100% focused on the 11,000 students, their families, and the 1,000 employees who work here. Many boards are focused on so many other things, and I don't ever want to take that for granted. As a superintendent, I talk to some of my colleagues and how difficult it is to pass things through, just because the focus isn't on the kids and the staff. And so a tremendous thank you to you. It doesn't go unnoticed because it is not very common, and you make it look so easy for very complicated things. You know, so thank you for that. I also want to thank HR and everybody who was involved in the picnic. What a great event. Opportunity to see people in a whole different light. I think that was a really great thing. I also want to say a happy Mother's Day. Last meeting, my mom said, "What do you do?" So I said, "Well, tune into a board meeting and you can watch." So So I called her and I said, well, what did you think? She goes, well, you were balding. So apparently I can't stop
Mom.
staring at my head over here that is shining off of that camera that we're gonna have to readjust somewhere else there. But in all sincerity, happy Mother's Day to all. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Looking forward to our graduation because that's the culminating event for us as the adults, is watching all of our seniors cross the stage, knowing that they have opportunities to go to college and the workforce, you know, the military, trade schools, whatever it is that they want to do. You know, that's the proudest moment to be able to do that. And I look forward to shaking each and every one of their hands. Thank you.
All right. Well, we need to return into closed session. So at this time, I will entertain a motion to close this session.
So
I heard Barbara and Jose. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So if we could take a quick little 5-minute break if we need to use the restroom and return into closed session. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We appreciate you.
Okay, Wendy, which school are you going to? The party school or